Hey, I'm LaRie.
And I'm Nick B.
And this is Dirty Roses Podcast, where two girls from the City of Roses discuss love, lust, and perception.
And we got two very different perspectives.
That's right, because my girl Nick B is a long-term habitual dater.
Oh, for real? That's what we're doing?
I mean, girl, it's facts.
Okay, you're right. And my girl LaRie was tied down and now newly single and don't know a thing about dating.
Dang, well, here we are taking our friends' dating stories
and having real life conversations.
Dirty Roses Podcast starts now. I'm LaRie.
And I'm Nick B.
And welcome to Dirty Roses Podcast. Well, today we are talking about something that I've experienced a little bit now that I'm single with all the young men dating me or try to date me. But we're going to talk about something that may be taboo. Is it taboo?
It depends on what you like.
For old white men, it's not. We're talking about dating older and younger. We're talking about from pediatric to geriatric, okay, from the cradle to the grave, all of that. And we got a special guest who has self-proclaimed an expertise in this area. We got the man, the bartender, the legend. He be out in these streets serving up drinks, getting y'all drunk, making y'all think the old woman is a young woman, all that good stuff. My man Kendal, Swin Dads. And we gonna we're gonna get to that drink in a second, but go ahead, Nick B.
Yes.
Now, you know, every episode we start with a story, a scenario that led us to this topic. A story could be ours, it could be somebody else's, we could have heard it, but this one may be a little personal. So go ahead and tell your story.
I mean, aren't they all personal? I swear I got a dating story for almost everything.
You do. That's why we have this show. The habitual dater.
Habitual dater, evidently. Cereal. So yes, on the topic of dating older and younger, I have been on both ends of the spectrum. Trying to keep an open mind, being like, obviously I haven't found what fit for me. Okay, little mic check.
There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right. But yes, I've dated older and younger, and I would say that my experience has just been kind of off altogether. So the one guy that I dated, bless his heart, he was at the time when I met him 18. Okay. My mom's and I, when we were at Red Lobster.
Was he an 18, like out of high school, or was he like hadn't graduated yet?
He was 18. It was the summer out of high school, and he was getting ready to go away to college. Okay, so yeah.
Was it a 2-year or 4-year?
It was a 4-year.
Not that it matters, kids. Success is success.
The point was when I met him, I didn't know how old he was. Okay, so he was just my server at the table, and my mom was like, "Oh, Nick, he's kind of cute."
Your mom be slinging you out.
She does. She's done it more than once. She did it recently too, to the last. Yeah. So so she's like, he's kind of cute. So we did exchange numbers, and we were messaging each other for a solid week, and I was just sort of noticing the conversation. So finally I asked him, I was like, by the way, how old are you? He's like, oh yeah, I'm 18, but I only fucks with older women.
Why is that old?
Always the line, right? And at the time, I'm 35. Okay, at the time I was like 30,
literally almost double his age.
Okay. And so I was just like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable with this.
I feel it.
Well, I hadn't messed.
Okay, I was gonna ask, had anything going on?
So it did eventually, but he was 23 by the time that happened, because he wanted to keep in touch. He's ask your questions. So what?
So you weren't comfortable with it, but then you stuck around for
5 years. I didn't actually stick around. Didn't actually stick around.
Because you stay in touch.
Because he kept messaging me. He was on my Snapchat. He was just like, "Oh, girl, you cute," and I'm just like, "All right." And so by the time he got to be 23, I was just like, "Okay, little young Thundercat, come on over here." And things happened.
Okay.
And but ultimately it ended because I still was just like, we don't have enough in common.
Because he was still trying to.
Because he was still
play PS5
undergrad, and I'm
at that time
trying to establish my career and where I'm going next in life, and he's still figuring out,
How was the sex? And that is why. Okay, so you also dated older though.
I have, and this old dude didn't ever want to do nothing. Like, all his old ass wanted to do was go home and watch his shows. And it was like,
with his mama.
See, why he got to put his business out there? He was taking care of her. But yes, no, he did stay with his mother. There's that. But he paid the bills, from what I understand. But he was boring. We didn't really. Gosh dang, he's gonna listen to this. You weren't boring. You were. I feel like we didn't do enough. That's all. I'll leave it there. Let's move on from that.
Sir, Swin it down.
Yes, ma'am.
Blends by Swin. Before we get into your topic and your stories, you got something looking juicy and delectable on this table.
Let's talk about this.
This is the regular Blends by Swin.
Okay.
You know, you got 3 different fruit, 5 liquors, juice blends.
Oh, 1 cup.
You know, 16 ounces. You
Look like that been marinating for
That's some jungle juice.
the egg.
It's that rumble in the jungle.
Oh, buddy.
Make you do the huck-a-buck and pass out of your own juices.
This conversation already. I won't repeat what I said. Let's take a look. We're going to cheers. Up and cheers. Yes. There we go.
Taste that succulent.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be passing out.
Tastes like melon.
We're going to be passing out juices tonight.
Oh, you got you is single. I mean, anybody
can get it.
Now, if y'all follow me on social media, y'all know I give it to myself. I'm good.
Oh, dirty rose. Is that what the roses is?
Hey,
For her, absolutely.
that has been a misconception, I will say. We talked about this last season, but yeah, the dirty rose come because City of Roses.
Got you.
And women and stories and scenarios, it gets a little dirty. But, I mean, given
Roses should be the sign of love and affection, but you know, shit goes left.
according to our dating stories. But we will run with the double entendre.
Yeah.
We will go with that one.
Yes.
So tell us your stories, Kendal. Have you dated older and or younger?
Well, older, yes, absolutely. I mean, you know, me, a man at a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Me at, let's see, back when I was, some say like 35, I think she was like 56.
What?
But see, this is the thing.
That's like the equivalent of your 18-year-old.
It's crazy.
Did you use that line?
AJ number to number?
Nah, she knew. I worked in the bar, so all the girls used to.
I mean, but you were of age, but did you?
I was of age, but I was still.
Was you like, I like older women?
I mean,
Did you say that?
no, I didn't.
Older women.
I
prefer older women.
It was just one of them. I see you all the time. You know, it's cool. I mean, never had sex with her. You know what I'm saying? We never got physical. It was just more like conversation and just, you know, like.
So you had things in common.
We had things in common, but
I'm always worried about.
But it was more based on like conversation.
Okay.
And like every time I seen her, I mean, you know, she'll come to the bar, but you was always with your hating ass homegirl. You know, you know what I'm saying?
She felt away.
Yeah, because nobody was checking for her.
Oh,
Because she was 50.
No. I'm saying, yeah, maybe even 60. Yeah, you know, she was old, but we was cool. But then like the conversation started to kind of just evaporate. You know what I'm saying? Like the commonality started to just kind of, you know.
was it because y'all never took it to the next level?
There's reasons why we never took it to the next level. I would have knocked her down.
Why didn't you climb that tree? Why not?
I didn't climb that tree because I found out that she was
A habitual date.
nope, she wasn't that at all. Like I found out that she was gay.
Wait, what?
She was a lesbian.
Okay, so now we gotta back up. Okay,
go ahead.
was she trying to date you?
We were
Was she bisexual?
so it started all coming out. It was started unraveling, right? Like we were hanging out, you know, because I would only see them at the bar. Like there was a couple of times outside of the bar, you know, we would, you know, chill, whatever. But it never got to that point to where it was like, you know, like what's up? Like what we doing? You know what I mean? It was just then the whole little story came out to where she liked the women, and I was just like, huh? It threw me for the loop.
Were you emotionally invested in this conversational relationship?
We was cool. I wasn't messing with nobody. We was just hanging. We really was cool.
Did you guys have a friendship outside of the bar, or was it only you guys connected at the
No,
bar?
we connected at the bar for sure.
Yeah.
That's where we started at.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we had a friendship outside the bar, but she never told me. And I started finding like out through, you know, the grapevines.
Was she giving you vibes that it was more than just friendship, or was it for her, or was it really just a
She
friend?
was lost. I think she couldn't find herself. You know what I'm saying? Because like you trying to mess with a man and kick it with a man, this is new to you.
But was it, or is being
Was
guilty?
she always?
Well, as far as I know, she was always with the woman.
So you never asked these questions once you kind of found
I
out.
kind of just said, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Talking bitch over your shoulder.
You said, so you didn't want to be her test study of if she's into men.
No, none of
Yeah.
I'm not a guinea pig. Sorry.
That's interesting.
Maybe she was trying to pull you back to like
For what?
with her and one of her friends.
No, hell no.
A geriatric threesome?
How are you doing?
Instead of lotion, they just pulling out a big gay. Rub that kneecap, baby.
Nah, it was like
It's
no
so
disrespect, like no disrespect to her or nothing, but it just didn't,
Yeah.
you know.
How long were y'all?
It was like a month. It was like a month.
Okay.
It was like a month. So it was still new. You know what I'm saying? It was new, or whatever. But I just had to shake that situation. You know, I
You seem so heartbroken.
no, I'm not heartbroken at all.
I was like,
To each his own.
sad.
To each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Women that are like at the home, they might need some comfort.
So that's your experience dating.
So that's my experience dating somebody like older.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but I have, you know, in the midst of that, like had older women that wasn't that old.
So wait, now going back to this lady, was it actually dating at this point? You said you kind of hung out for a month.
We dated. I mean, you consider dating.
You guys went places.
We did a couple of things.
Okay.
Yeah. We had, you know, did her a couple times. You know, in a month. I mean, 30 days is
Yeah.
a long time.
No, I know. I know that like she's a lesbian, and so
If she
curious
would,
with
if she
dating.
would have came out and just been open and honest with it,
mhm.
maybe like, oh, this is my past. This is what happened in my past. Instead of we going this far and then all of a sudden, boom, like.
Because for you were on the trajectory of
I was trying to go here.
Yeah.
You kept it plateau. Like you know, if you're going, man, just be honest. Shit, because
Right.
9 times out of 10, I learned that either they're gonna say yes or they're gonna say no.
yeah, regardless if he was on.
You know what I'm saying?
The honesty was turned off. The lack of honesty was turned off. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
I would have jumped their bones.
So have you dated significantly younger?
So my youngest right now is my woman right now.
Yeah.
My youngest right now, she is actually, I met her when I was 39,
Okay.
and she was 27. So that was like 11 to 12 year difference. So that's my significant youngest of dating and actually being in a full blown relationship.
Well,
Was there?
this is your fiance, though.
This is
right?
my fiance now. So I mean, any woman I said I was gonna get with, I was gonna set a 5-year plan. And so the 5-year plan was to be with, you know, for 3, and then get engaged, and then be finalized in 2, so 5.
Yep.
But my 5-year relationship before this one, I felt like I was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, wrapped in tight and the whole 9, but it was just too toxic. And so, and that was only a 5-year, a 5-year difference between me and this other person.
Were you ever considering proposing?
Oh,
to her?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I left the girl dirty draws. You know, she was a good person, but she just had some ugly ways about herself. And so,
So what was so toxic about it? Because we've had a show last season about
yeah.
toxic. I'm just curious as to what people think is toxic.
for one, I couldn't really trust her after a while. For one, you know, we was always arguing over stupid shit, and I just, you know, we go out and hang out and drink and stuff and do things, and then it turned into a fiasco. You know what I'm saying? It was always something. And then she would go run and tell her brother things about me, but then she would tell me about her brother. You see what I'm saying? So you playing between the two.
Right.
So this nigga looking at me funny, and I'm looking at him upside his head as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you the common denominator between everybody.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, I took care of that woman like she was my own kid. You know what I mean? Her and her kids. You
Wait,
know,
like she's your kid?
like I took care of that, man. When I say picking up for work, school, and probably buying the whole 9, I was that nigga for her.
Looking at
So okay, wait. So only a 5-year difference younger, right?
That was then, yes.
Okay, so I'm curious as to what's the difference between this one and then your current relationship, and why the 5-year younger one seems to be more immature.
So this 12-year now, to me, is way more mature. Has a lot going for herself. She values, well, the value she brings to our relationship is 110%. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
She goes out the way to make sure I'm happy, opposed to me doing everything for everybody else in the last relationship,
Gotcha.
right? I mean, nigga, shit, I went and bought a brand new car, 2018, with 15 miles on it. Guess how many miles I had on it in 2 years?
over 100.
A damn near. And that's picking up from me where I was living going to pick her up and her kids, taking her to work and school with the kids, and me go to work.
Did she not have her own transportation?
No.
Because that's also tough in a relationship,
No.
like when you can't be independent on your own.
No. And then she kind of like put me in the guilt trip to where it was like, well, I could come pick them up opposed to them catching the bus. You see what I'm saying? Like they could have caught the bus to work at school, but and the crazy part about it is where I worked at, the kids went to school down the street and she worked down the street. So it was literally like right there.
Yeah,
we just didn't live together. You know what I'm saying? And there was times where, you know, I knew she and the kids needed food or wanted food at the house. It
also sounds like it does sound like a struggle bus, but it also sounds like you're ultimately attracted to ambitious women who your fiance seems.
I'm attracted to some food, but at the end of the day,
and she didn't come off as ambitious.
She did. She was cool as hell, and then it is no knock on her. It's nothing bad. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I got nothing but love for the girl still to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to see nothing, you know, bad happen to her or her children. You know what I mean? Like I'm genuinely got, you know, love for her.
Yep.
But me moving on and forward, oh yeah, it's nothing compared to what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I met my girl now. See, first of all, my girl ain't from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
She's from North Carolina.
There you go.
You know, so import.
You got her snag up real fast. Somebody else would.
That part.
My girl, 2018, we took a group trip to Jamaica.
Okay.
So we my boys and I, we orchestrated a East Coast trip and a West Coast trip. She came on the East Coast trip because she was celebrating her. She just graduated from got her second degree from school.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Boom. So. So
I like how he flexed forward. Right.
So the first day there or first night there, my luggage didn't come.
Oh.
Right. So my luggage and my stupid self, I didn't really pack nothing in my carry on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just feeling the vibes. You know, hey man, we on Jamaica, we on the turf. So my luggage didn't come. The next day, her and her homegirl was going shopping, and you know we jumped. My boy put me into the group chat on their side. So, you know, I'm going through, I'm navigating and seeing who's what and what's what, you know what I'm saying? And but the cold part about this trip is, y'all, my ex was supposed to have been on the trip with me.
And she didn't go?
She fucked up.
Oh.
Where she fucked up was she couldn't be patient. She wasn't patient. She wasn't patient enough. Because if you know me, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So I had 2 pots of money, right? So the first pot, man, we going to Blazer games. We eating big, we shopping, we doing. We know. So
right.
I said, hey, put the plane tickets on layaway, right?
Oh yeah.
So
travel agents, you got a whole year to finish.
So you know the money was, you know, so it started dwindling down. So she's getting nervous. She's tripping. I said, hey man, don't trip. I got you. I got us. We going on this trip. Just go find you some bikinis, right? She took her time back, gave her time back to this, you know, to her job.
Yep.
So now, you gonna get your PTO back? Okay. She untook her time, right? So
hold on, because even if we don't go on the vacation, I'm still taking that PTO. Gotcha.
She took her time back, y'all, and so I was like, okay, that's a sign. I said, cool.
Huh?
So by the time that second wave came into the funds, so I went ahead and bought my single ticket.
Damn.
She didn't have no she didn't have no time
I bought my opportunity,
that part,
and she couldn't redo it.
Feeling hella crunchy.
So I was being messy. So I took my truck. I said, hey, can you drop me off at the airport?
You dropped me off.
Damn.
So I was like, she got to add to it. I said, fuck it. So I took my truck to my boy. He, you know, I got to the airport. So boom, we at the airport. I'm in Jamaica now. My luggage didn't come. Boom, her and her girl was on her way to go shopping. And when I knew this was it for me, when she said, oh, you ain't got your stuff? Oh, I'll buy you an outfit. I said,
so nice of her.
I said, nigga, what?
That outfit.
I didn't know how to receive that.
She stole it from your girl. So you tend to be a giver then, huh?
So I was always giving.
That's your love language.
I was always giving because I want to make sure you good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just receive it and take care of me when you can, or do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can do when you can do it.
Right.
Other than that, we solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't keep asking and not giving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I promise y'all, man, when she said, I'll buy you fit, I was like, nigga, what? I didn't know how to receive it. Like, I really was in awe.
Yeah.
And so they went out shopping. By this time, my luggage come. So I hit her on the WhatsApp, but like, hey, don't trip. My stuff came. We good. I appreciate you, though. And we was just kind of hanging out like that whole time out there. First night in the pool, I'm picking her up.
Are in a plain chicken.
Pouring drinks off her chest. And
motorboating too.
We out there having a ball. You know what I'm saying? And you know, niggas just doing this with their falls. So I don't know. Of course, so girl seen back home. Guess what?
I got back.
I didn't care.
Was you was single when you got back?
I was single when I left.
Oh, shit.
She took her PTO back.
The minute she gave her PTO back, she was. I got you.
We was together for off and on for 5 years. Though.
So she also should have known at this point.
Come on, man. You thought I was playing. You thought I was playing the game. You was right. First of all, you was too busy trying to be your parents. You can't be your parents in no relationship. What we got going on is what we got going on. I'm not your daddy. You're not your mom.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we have to live our lives for us.
Yeah.
So do you feel like your relationship with your fiance currently took off and was more exciting because you were on vacation and had that magical moment rather than having met her in person here?
And so when we went through the trip, the night before she left, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to jump her bones. I mean, I'm a nigga at the end of the day. I'm trying to jump her balls. Of course, other niggas was at her too. You know how people niggas trying to get their last minute fixes. So we exchanged phone numbers because they were there day before me, and I left the day after them.
Okay.
And so we exchanged phone numbers. She go back to Carolina. I come back to PDX. And like the next day or two, my phone, she FaceTimed me but hung up. I said, she hit me. So
will she play that card? Oh, that was a butt dial. I'm so sorry.
I swear to God, my nigga.
That'd be the line.
Listen, she said she butt dialed me, right? So mind you, this was June 2018 when we met.
Yeah.
When she like almost finna be July. So when we started talking was like pretty much the last weekend of June, July on the phone. So when I called her back, we ain't stopped talking since. And that's crazy though, because like we talked on the phone, FaceTime every day, probably like 3-4 times a day. Of course, it's 3-hour difference. I was still at home because it was COVID.
Right.
I mean, excuse me, not COVID yet. Not COVID yet. My apologies. I was still working, you know, with school and everything. And then next time I seen her, well, we actually got together in August. So August 28th was our first official being together. Long distance.
How was that? Like, was that awkward?
It was not awkward because, I mean, it just felt like she lived somewhere. I mean, she could be down the street in her house. I'm down the street in my house. Only thing about it, we didn't see each other in person. So from August, the next time I did see her, though, was in October because we always go to the homecoming.
Right.
North Carolina A&T.
Coming of all time.
No, the greatest homecoming on
earth. Sorry.
You guys like North Carolina's over like Howard's?
Fuck yeah.
I haven't been to North Carolina.
Listen, you might
been to mine.
Yeah, I was like, I got a hard shower.
Pull up. I bet you somebody going to come out there. Somebody will try to tear your ass up.
I say, y'all be looking like y'all be kicking it.
Listen, we kicks it for sure. Right? That's not a myth. That's a fact. So we seen her. I seen her then. That was when I went out there for G-Ho. And then I came back. And then it was all emotional because, you know, crying and shit.
Oh,
I get it. I'm that nigga.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? So then.
I do that.
It's on brand. It's on brand.
Now, October came and gone. Now it's Thanksgiving time. So she was having a Friendsgiving at her crib. So I checked my little points or whatever. You know, I
got my miles.
You know what I'm saying? So I flew back out to Carolina for Friendsgiving. So met some of her peoples and, you know, over and that.
Oh, that's me.
I was say when you start meeting people, that's serious.
I mean, but when people there, you ain't got no choice but to say hi.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I did that. Then moving forward, December came. She was like, what if I came out there for my birthday? Because her birthday is in January.
Oh.
It's like January, the first week of January. I was like, shit, come on. You can spend New Year's. So I actually worked New Year's that year. And she came, hung out for her birthday. She came in for like a week or two. And she was like, oh, I like Portland. It's cool. It's lit. You know, I was like, man,
she came in January?
I was like,
She
dang.
came in December, like around the end of December, leading into her
That
birthday.
is love because it's cold. It's
Leading
freezing.
to her birthday.
I know people fall in love with Oregon like during spring. And
Yeah, nah,
but-
she was trying to be around a nigga, man. She was trying to see me, so I get it.
He gets it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Who don't want to see me? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So then after that, you know, we would still talk. So we was together for 7 months, and then COVID originally hit, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no, we was longer than 7 months. We was going on over a year. Then of course COVID hit. She was like, "What if I came out there and stayed?" I said, "Hey, that's on you. That's on you." Because what I said was, I want to make sure it's right for you.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it on account of me.
Yeah.
Make sure it's right for you.
Because that's a whole codependent.
It's a whole situation. You 3,000 away from home. You ain't got no peoples out here.
Right.
You only know me right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, she moved out here March 20. When they shut the town down, March 16th, she was out here. Her and her homegirl drove from North Carolina all the way to Portland.
It's real love.
Nigga in a Honda. And the only reason that she had a new car because I got into a situation, that little stuffer that she had back home. But so she needed to get a new car, right? It was right on time. Boom.
Damn.
So, but nah, yeah. So she ended up moving out here. She stayed with me and my roommates at the time out in Troutdale. She moved in. She had a crib and a job before she came though.
Oh, damn.
So what she did was, so she's in the mental health. She's in the therapy. Mental
Okay.
health, you know what I'm saying? So she work with patients and clients and all this type of stuff. So she's a therapist.
Okay.
And so
Got it.
You need to plug her because I keep
You know
getting
what I'm
people ask me, are
That
there any
part.
black therapists in
because
Oregon?
she and that's what makes our relationship great though, because
Because she has that knowledge.
we can talk things out
Mhm.
and talk things through.
Got it.
Opposed to what I used to do was bottle the shit up and be knock the motherfucking head off because this bitch done got on my nerves. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a new person.
Yeah.
I'm new. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I evolved. You know, I grew up. You know what I mean? Because no, we're not going to argue. No, we might argue, but we're going to figure this out.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like she's a very mature young person.
She's a mature 31-year-old. I guarantee you, she has 2 degrees. No, actually, she has 3 degrees. She has 3 degrees. She has 3 jobs. Yeah, she has 3 jobs. She was working up on the hill, but now she works from home. And I'm saying she work at Peace Health, and then she also outsourced too. So like she call her clients and do her things. You know what I'm saying? And like she brings a lot to our relationship as a younger person. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that I see in her that I was like, fuck, I'd be a fool not to do
Right.
what a man should do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just marry you just because, you know, I don't want nobody else to have you. But if you really want somebody that has a lot going for themselves and will give the world for you,
Mm.
Yeah.
you better jump on it.
I know that's right. I'm sure like her profession itself,
Yeah.
she's naturally someone who talks and who communicates. And I feel like that was on our season 1. We talked a lot about communication.
Yes.
And
I was like, the theme.
Yeah.
Listen, communication is 1,000% a must, because if you do not have communication, like, what are we doing?
Right.
Which sounds like what was the issue with both.
The last relationship, it was the communication.
You're right. And the older one.
And it's just the older woman. It's just you wasn't happy with yourself. There was things about yourself.
Go ahead and tap that fruit out. Go ahead and get that fruit.
Tap.
It's been.
You know what I'm saying? So there's things that, you know, a lot of men and women, they do this. They're unhappy with themselves and they have mother or daddy issues. And, you know, and there's a lot of trauma, you know what I'm saying, building up into your adulthood. If you haven't took care of business as a child, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you and your mom, dad y'all ain't got that relationship, you know what I'm saying? You looking outsourcing for daddy and mother,
Right,
is
that part.
other people.
Yeah, that part.
You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that you have to take things out on folks because you don't know how to handle it.
I was listening to something earlier today, and the question posed was, who would you be if you had no obstacles? And it was a really thought-provoking question, because I think a lot of people think of where they would like to be in life. And of course, we all have our past. We all have trauma of different levels, different obstacles. And I was just like, pondering upon that will really elevate you and get you somewhere if you really sit and think, okay, what's blocking me from being my greatest me?
That part, yeah.
And then focus on that.
You know, it's funny because I used to always be the angry man, right? I used to always, you wouldn't believe it, but working with kids, you get put into positions, right? To be like the dean, the mean guy, the Hulk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the disciplinary. You know what I'm saying? So I was always that dude.
Right.
And a lot of people be like, why you frowning all the time? Why you because y'all put me in this position. It's like I got into this position that I could bring myself out of.
Right.
So working, you know, everybody know I worked at SCI for a long time. It was 2017. I went to Seattle for New Year's Eve. New Year's, came back to Portland. And that week, I had an epiphany. Stepped outside myself and looked at myself. And after that, after I seen all the it's just like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like I just seen everything in a lens like, damn, that's ugly. Like I don't want to be that ugly person.
Yeah.
So ever since then, like the affirmations was just like positive things over here. Oh, now it's positive vibes. It's not a movement, it's a lifestyle.
Yep.
Right. And I quoted that on Facebook. I probably like every single day. Every single day.
Right.
If you go back to my page, it's like every single day.
Was there anything that particularly happened that really kind of made you sit and look at yourself that way?
Honestly,
or is it just new year, new me vibe?
No, that's cliche. That cliche doesn't sound like that. No, it was just when you be around people and you can tell there's negative energy because you bring in that negative energy, and it's like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I can feel the vibes. It's like, so at the end of the day, no, I wanted to be a better person for me. You know what I'm saying? So if I ever met somebody, like, we could be better together. You know what I'm saying? So now that's why in my current relationship now, it's like we are 1,000% solid. Like we talk about things. If she has an issue, okay, yeah, she gonna let it build up for a little bit, but she's gonna express it. You know what I'm saying? And so will I. You're like, nah, nigga, like we ain't doing this. Like, you know, we could walk around this house and not speak, but we ain't leaving this house.
Right. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a living room and a kitchen. Pick a room.
I did it.
We gonna work it out.
We gonna work this shit out.
Gonna be the tub on the toilet.
Come on,
figure this shit out.
Talk about it.
So outside of your fiance currently, did you tend to date people that were either in your age, like maybe with 1 or 2 years, or were you always kind of veering one way or the other?
You know, it is weird because it was always one or the other. It's never been no one at my current age. Yeah, like when I first got with my son's mom, like she was 5 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? I was 23, she was 28, right? I had my first kid at 29. You know what I'm saying? And so other than that, it's always been like that 5-year gap or 3 maybe.
And I was always like comfortable with 3 years younger and 5 years older is where I wanted to be. And then it was just on both ends of the spectrum. Is it like that for guys that you feel like you want to stay in a window, or is it more like whatever comes my way?
No. Honestly, I'm going to like who I like, and I'm going to love who I love. Right. To be 1,000 with you. If you standing around trying to pick your poison, it's going to be hell for you.
I mean, obviously it didn't work. Like I knew what I thought I was comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just sort of.
Sometimes it just, that one young person just might be that person.
Yeah.
Or that one old person might just be that person. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's no guarantee what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, ain't no one's walking around with attributes on top of their head. True. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she a 99. She can cook. She can clean.
What's that? I don't get the ratings and stuff.
I always think about like at phases that you are in your life, do I have enough in common with you? Because when I think about the younger guy, right, I think I probably never gave him a real shot. In the sense that I was always like, well, what are we going to have in common where you're at a point in your life where you should be discovering yourself. You should be dating. You should find what you do and don't like as a whole discovery session in your early 20s.
Right.
And me in my mid 30s looking at 40, I'm like, well, I'm not there anymore. And I appreciate that you need to go through this process. But like, how do we find common ground when we're kind of in 2 different genres of life?
It's weird too for me, I don't know, like the people that be at me are like the 30 to 35-year-olds, which is weird.
It's not bad though.
It's not bad. It's not like a huge age gap. And I always thought like, so my mom and I had this thing where it was like 10 years older, 10 years younger, because she's 20 years older than me. So if she went more than 10 years, we kind of crossed the paths at that point. So we had that cut
How
off.
old is your mama?
She's 60.
Oh,
She's 20 years older than me. So I'm 40. She's 60.
Right. So if her mom were to date 10 years younger and you're dating 10 years older,
We
you
both
could
dating
date
the
the same
Yeah. And we was in the same pool.
same pool.
Yeah. And so that was not my thing. But it's weird having now being single, where it's like I feel like I have a youthful spirit. And so what comes towards me is the younger
Is what you
people.
gravitate.
But not necessarily what I want, because again, like you're saying, they're a little bit on the, they have things that they're doing or figuring out, and I'm not quite. I'm like, I'm not quite, but it's fun.
Isn't bad. Like that's not
Definitely not bad. When I just saying it's fun,
29.
but but it's I don't know. Like it's weird because it's like a whole.
I
But
feel
you're
like
like,
with guys though, it's almost a fetish too. Like, yeah, I bagged this older lady, and I don't think women think of it in the same way.
it ain't a fetish. It's definitely trophy-ish.
Trophy. Well, yeah, like look what I got. Like I was able to
like,
pull
oh,
up.
she's established and stuff, and I could get her with my little.
Like I was saying, you know, she got a good job, and
I work at a what was it, steak Outback? Yeah. So
yeah, you can't put my real business out.
Listen, hey, Outback was fire though. Outback is fire. We want to get it twisted.
are they those with the?
Yes, they got the mushrooms too.
The Aussie fries.
Yeah,
This is what old people get excited about. Onion
fried food.
Aussie fries. That's funny.
Oh my god. So have you noticed a difference in either toxicity levels between older and younger women, or like clearly like your fiance is obviously a unicorn, so taking her out the right.
She don't count.
Right, but like have you noticed like a difference in how women interact with you in the different age groups?
Kind of. I mean, there's a lot of women that are older that want to have or say they're well more established than a man.
Right.
And you can be Oprah Winfrey. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You can be well established in the world. That's fine. But I want to have different views and different, you know what I'm saying, bring different values to what you have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you older person, but have you went and did this? Have you really lived your youth?
Yeah.
Right? You just this stuck up old person with a lot of money. You been ziplining?
So then are you checking for passports as well? Like
Shit.
Not just passports, but stamps.
that part, right. That passport.
How many do you got? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you on your second book?
But check this out though. I met a lady that I work with. We're on the board for Good in the Hood.
Okay.
Right? So I run the beer and wine garden. I'm on the chair. Right. And we were sitting there having a conversation last week, and she's been to more countries and have more experiences as an older woman.
Yep.
That I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, God, like, I mean, when I say you name it, she's been there.
Okay.
And it can give you stories and highlights on different things and what she's done, right?
Goals.
Super goals, right?
Right.
I said, damn, I only been in like 4 or 5 countries. I said, shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That turned me on. Like, God damn.
Where we going?
But she wasn't even a bad looking lady either. Like, shit.
I mean, there's something that comes with age. She's had time to go to these places. She's been able to put her money aside to do these things.
My first question was, were you in the service?
Were you damn it?
That's a valid question.
No, it wasn't. No,
okay.
It's not. She was not in the service. Now, opposed to a younger woman, do you got your passport? Bitch, do you even got a license?
Do you have a car?
But high key, I feel like, and this might just be me hating or whatever, I don't know. If a younger person has traveled that much, I'm gonna be looking at you like, what's your profession?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, do you be in Arizona, Hawaii, and Vegas a lot?
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Toot that thing up.
Hey. Should have had some other.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, last bitch, give a fuck about it, nigga. That's our favorite. That's our favorite song too, matter of fact.
Damn it.
That was our song in Jamaica.
Damn it.
That sounds about right. That for the time period, yeah. I was like, oh, that was.
Yeah, she was. Look, we sitting there talking, and it was literally just like this. Me, her, and her homegirl. You know, everybody got braids and shit because they
black girls and they braids.
Black girls and they
Black
braids.
girls and they braids.
She said, Kendal, you got hoes? I said,
in different area codes?
I said, she said, do you got hoes? I said, yeah, I got a few. She said, well, tell them bitches I'm here now.
Oh,
I like that though.
I
I
said,
need a pen right there. Then.
yeah. I said, you know what? I said, yeah, I got hoes, but I get hoes 10-day contracts. 10-day contracts.
Oh, okay. I heard something else.
Yeah. If you get on my nerves in 10 days, bitch, you gotta go.
Damn.
I said that to her together. She said, nigga, I'm Kobe. I'm here for this season.
She got game though. Even at your match. I love it.
Ooh. I
I
cannot.
said, damn, man. I said, okay.
I
swear to God, I got that on video too. I promise you.
said, look,
I still got that on video. I save a lot of shit. That's real life, y'all. That's my partner. Like that's my buddy. That's my friend. That's my everything. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, I've met and had so many women.
damn.
Like, I'm just being honest. Like there's so many women that came and gone. Not even saying, it was physical, but just here and there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
Yeah.
there has been some fine ones out there. There's been some fucked up ones out there. There's been some with a lot of money and some with no money. You know what I'm saying? But money is not always about the money. It's about the time. It's about, I couldn't even get public affection out of my last one. But this nigga here would grab my balls or slap me on the ass or do something. Just, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that though.
Thank you, baby, for grabbing my balls.
Like she'd just do something,
That just
and then I'll flip her titty or something. Like I'll do something different, just because like that's the type of relationships that you need to have fun in.
Yeah, she should. No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We walking around here mugging all like them niggas. I got niggas that want to go hang out every single day because they don't want to go home.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not fair. I don't want to be living in the toxicity of a unhealthy relationship.
Right.
I don't want to have to, you know what I'm saying, frown like, fuck, I got to go home. Like, I'm out here being a lush because I'm just going to get drunk and go home and go to fucking sleep.
Damn it.
It's like, what did I sign the fuck up for?
Right. But I do like if it's not fun, what are we doing? I think this was the issue I had with the last gentleman that I was seeing.
Right.
Is that I was missing the fun factor.
Right.
And
Yeah.
And I probably shouldn't equate that to his age. That's not fair. It was just initially Kevin's person. We just didn't really.
And there's things with me like I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? And there's I need to work on being a little bit more romantic at times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe being a little bit more intimate at times. You know what I'm saying? Shit. When we wasn't living together, you know what I'm saying? We having FaceTime. If we got the same restaurant in my city, you got one in your city. Nigga, go to that restaurant and pull up. We're going to be on FaceTime and eat dinner.
That is so cute.
Why? That sound like you, because y'all was doing a little, you cook some chicken, they'll cook some chicken.
Definitely had matching meals.
We drink. We gonna drink.
We have
the
the
shit.
day.
And then, then the house party shit came out. We on the app.
Right.
He was in there.
Yep.
So I got photos of you motherfuckers. We in there being luscious like a motherfucker, falling asleep.
I feel like COVID was a whole drunk episode for a lot of people because we had nothing else to do because my she shed was lit.
Sure, shit. There she go.
I came to the she shed once. I think that was during COVID.
Yeah, it was.
Her goddamn she shed. We got.
Hey, hold on. The she shed in y'all's house parties, it was a good time. I'm saying, like, y'all was entertaining.
Listen, we hung out, man. Well, listen, we watched so many movies and shows and shit. It was incredible.
Yeah.
You got to know each other.
We literally got, and that was another thing too. The whole time we lived together from from March all the way till August. So what happened was when during COVID, we took our first trip together, other than Jamaica, and then her coming here was Arizona. So we really didn't spend no money until we got to Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona was open.
Oh, that's right.
They was open, and we went out there and we kicked it. You know what I'm saying?
Florida was open the whole time too.
Oh yeah, they was on.
Yeah.
Texas.
So was Georgia though. I went, over Christmas time once. Everybody was bowling, no mask, like 20 people on one lane.
We walking around like, is it cool? Like, we ain't really been around nobody but us.
That's facts. When you win somewhere and you was wearing your mask and you be like, they be judging you like,
right. I'm like,
that's
it's 2021. Why don't you have a mask on?
Listen, man, we literally kicked it, and then we had all the alcohol.
Of course.
She was, and hey, bye-bye.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had a full bar popping. You know what I'm saying? And we never ran out. But even though we had all that, I mean, we took our little shots. We drank. We did what we did, but we wasn't just sitting there just, overly doing it. She was an essential worker, so she had to get it.
Oh, right. Right.
I set my ass on that motherfucking couch and just boob tube. I worked when I wanted to. I ain't gonna front to you. Don't let me know.
I loved working from home. That was the
I
best.
can't do it. That's some bullshit.
Difficult.
You'd rather be.
I'd rather be in the street. I'm a mover in the shaker, and I can't just be subject to being in one space. So
It's hard when you got
it's
kids too.
it's hard. I gotta move around, and so. But no, we hung out, and that whole COVID phase really let me see if I could really stay with a woman.
That makes sense though, because I heard COVID was like the deal breaker for a lot of people. Like a lot of people ended it because of COVID, but I also hear like a lot of people begin relationships in COVID.
It really was on the turn for the positivity for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was depression going on around and, people feeling this type of way and yada, yada, yada. Like, I had to spend my fucking 40th in COVID. Like, we had a trip to Houston planned. I had about 20 people ready to pull up, bought tickets. We had it all locked in.
Yeah.
Was going to do a little party here before we went. Man, I spent my 40th with the trunk popped open, had bottles in the fucking
drive-bys,
the old Yum Yum parking lot.
I'll tell you, there was tons of parking lots. We had did that one time with my homegirls, and we went to a parking lot, and everybody pulled up, and we.
It's the same thing. 'Cause I think my last trip was 2 weeks before COVID, the shutdown, and we just barely made it out of Mexico.
Oh,
and then they shut down like everything. We're like, man, we could have been stuck here, but we came back and had a birthday party for one of my friends, and parking lot pulled up to the top floor of some.
Listen, we had Papa had the music going.
Yeah,
it was cool, and then that just really showed me that she's down for me. You know what I'm saying? She's really down for the cause, and she's ready to do whatever it takes to make us work.
Yeah,
it was really no struggles during COVID. I mean, we was booking trips left and right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Only place we didn't go was Hawaii because we was gonna be trapped out there. But literally, y'all, like we took. I mean, if we can count on two hands, we probably I can't name how many states we done been to, how many countries we done been to. It's a cool life, and it just sucks that everyone that I be around at times is always negative energy because their relationships ain't working, or their relationship didn't pan out, right? Or their marriage is in the dumps, or they don't want to be married no more, or it's just. We're just over it, you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of like, goddamn, niggas like.
I mean, are you telling the secret is like communicate? Like that's what's.
I can only tell you.
Apparently, communication trash.
Yeah, we get up out of here. Like I'm planning our next trip now as we speak.
Do you think that if you guys ever were to not be able to travel, would that hinder your relationship or cause anything?
No, because we wasn't doing it before at one point. You know what I'm saying? So
they were completely long distance.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we don't get to travel, I mean, it's not gonna be like a downer, but
gotcha.
But those times are coming up though. I mean, depending on what we're doing as far as like trying to do a house or trying to build a bigger family or something. Right, it's gonna be some halts, but I'm trying to make enough bags to keep us going.
How does her family feel about your age gap?
I'm ready to ask that.
They don't have a problem at all.
Okay.
So it's crazy though because when she came here, she met my family on accident.
Oh.
So no, hold on, let me retract that. The first person she met was my granny and my uncle, right? We went to a liquor store. We got a bottle. We got a bottle. We got a bottle for us, and then of course my granny, she liked to drink her little wine. So we goes over to my granny's house and we gets drunk at my granny's house, right? Yeah, so we get drunk over there at my granny's house. We popping it, and then like the next day, my uncle takes us out to Fujiyama because he wanted to show her a good time, right? So we go eat, do whatever, and then we go to the bar, drink some more, and gamble. We on the machine.
Nice.
So it was funny though, because my uncle, I was like, bro, my money funny. I said, man, loan me $400.
Oh.
So he loans me like $400.
What's uncle's name? Right. Is he single?
And how old is he? What's the age gap?
He 10 years older. He 10 years older than me. Pause.
Okay. So that's right in my.
So look, check it out.
It's your mama's.
Oh yeah, that's over the bound. Okay, gotcha. Never mind.
So he took care of me. He took care of me for that weekend to make sure I showed her a good time. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? So he's looking out for me. We went to the bar. I hit for like $3,000 or $4,000 on the machine.
says, well, here's your money.
All right. I hit on the machine, but the only bad part about that was it was the weekend, so I couldn't go to LaRie to cash it in.
Oh,
So he gives me another $400.
You owe him 8 out of that.
So I wasn't mad about it though,
Right.
because she had no clue what was going on.
Right.
So we wanted to show her bad time. So she met my uncle, she met my granny. We goes back to my granny's or whatever. My mom was there at that time. Now she beat my mom. We going somewhere else, and then boom, there go my brother and my sister.
Damn.
And then I was like, oh, I gotta go to my post office to check my mail. Then boom, here come my daddy walking. No,
See,
I
this
swear
is
to
a
God,
citizen of Portland.
it was
so
crazy. It was the wildest thing ever. Like, so, but then going to Carolina, I met all her people, you know what I'm saying, at different times or whatever. But no, her people was cool.
It was cool from the get go.
They're still cool.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been no bad reflections on me as being an older gentleman.
Have you met family members of anybody else that you dated that was older or younger? Like the last person that was.
The last person, absolutely. I mean, her mom and dad, because she wanted to be like them, uncles, family members, everybody. It was a lot, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I really wasn't into just meeting everybody's mamas and daddies.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to wife you, you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to.
You're not on that 5-year plan. Parents,
yeah.
that part.
It was too many 10-day dropouts. How about that?
Shit, that 10-day contract.
It's real.
Get your cat real quick.
Is there like a contract in writing that outlines?
I always got to bring up contract.
I love.
No, I'm not gonna put it in writing. I'm just gonna tell you about it.
Too.
I'm just gonna tell you about it. I mean, it's just one of those things that we vibing and be cool. Let's keep vibing.
Yeah.
Right.
But don't be weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you fucked with before me. Like, don't be be weird to me.
Yes. It's so simple.
Oh my, 1 + 1 is 2. It's easy, man. We gonna drink, we gonna eat, we gonna have a good time.
Travel, right.
You know what I'm saying? If there's part as a woman, there's things that you want to do with a man, or go places with a man, or have some fun with a man. I shouldn't always have to be that guy to be like, hey, let's go here, let's do that. Yes, I would like to lead, but I don't always want to be the leader. I would love for my woman to take the initiative to do some things too. You know what I'm saying? Set this up. Cool. Let's do it. I'll pay for it even. Shit. Whatever. I'm not tripping.
Make a reservation.
Right.
Come on, man.
Tell me,
Let me put it in my calendar so I can remember. Because I'll go book a bartender job fast. Like, she be mad at him.
Damn it. So are there any issues being a bartender, and then you also used to do promotions and things like that? Has that ever been an issue in the relationship?
No, because I put her up on game before she moved to Oregon. Meaning that this is my city. I know everybody here. And you gonna hear some shit. You might even see some shit. But just know that I'm for you, you're for me, and this is what we're doing together.
Right.
So, yeah, there's people in my past. If I move to your city, I'm sure there's niggas that you done fucked with.
Right.
I can't control that, right? I can only control the narrative that we have here.
Right.
And I don't want you befriending everybody, because niggas and bitches is messy, and you know how they go.
Is her town similar to this in the sense that, it's kind of like everybody kind of knows your name?
It's
So you
definitely
can at least
small.
understand.
She's from Greensboro, and she knows that, it's a small, entity with certain things and people, you know what I'm saying, and how things work and all that. But she's up on it. She's hip. You know what I'm saying? She done been out here for a little while, like 3 years now, going on 3 years. If not, March will be 3 years. 2023. It was 3 years, just passed.
Okay.
Because she came out here March 20.
Okay.
2020. And now here we are March 20. We just passed. So she's been here for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
See, I wish I could find somebody that just has the maturity to
That part.
And I think really that's what I hear the most about your lady is that she's mature.
She's healthy mature.
She can talk things through. And I'm still struggling with a lot of people that can't express themselves
That part. So
or hold a conversation.
I just wonder though, because you said it's always older or younger, but never right in your age group. And is there an issue, or is it just because
it just never happened?
No people?
It's just nobody that I've really put my focus into.
Gotcha.
And and then my current relationship, it was kind of like, it just kind of happened. You know what I'm saying? I was going with, okay, I kind of like this. It's cool.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to steer away from something that's working.
Right.
If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And she and like man, she was and she's a supporter. That's the biggest thing though. She supports me in anything as far as what I got going on. And hell, if I'm outside throwing rocks across the street, throw that motherfucker up.
So we had an episode talking specifically about love languages. And I mean, I could be wrong because I'm just sitting here listening to you talk, but it sounds like the way you give love is with gifts and attention, but that the love you need in return is affirmation and time spent. It's kind of what I hear a little.
For me, I'm an affectionate person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you touching on me and rubbing on me, that's a sign that, oh, you could, okay, you know, we can, because I'm always doing something. So I'm always rub my shoulder, rub my leg, rub my feet, you know, do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go get that lotion. Go, you know what I'm saying? You know, it'd be like driving her nuts. Like but then there's times where I'm not asking for anything and she's doing this to me. Like come closer, bring it in. You know, she want to rub on a nigga head, scratch. You know what I'm saying? Just be in my. She just loves being in my space. She loves being in my space, and sometimes it gets annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like there's times like I'm walking and she's right on my coattails.
Damn.
Back the fuck up. Like, but I can see why she do it because the weird places is just unfamiliar to her. You know, saying like when she first moved here, I'm like, hey man, just give me, without being rude, just kind of just, you know.
That's some elbow for the feet.
You give me 50 feet. Back the fuck. It's COVID.
You might.
No, the building down the street.
but nah, we solid though. We have our love languages. We express ourselves to each other if need be. If she don't like something, like I said, she'll say it. You know, it might not be right off top, but eventually it's not gonna get to that bottled up point to where. But they did get there a few times. They been that tequila, man. Shit, I almost had to ship her ass back packing. Get the fuck on.
We done heard about tequila stories last season.
But you know, you live, you love, you live. You know what I'm saying? And you forget. You know, you forgive. You know, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I love it. He turned that fruit on.
It sounds good.
Did you hear it was like
it's like a what is it? Crisp.
What was that? Did they be doing them AMSR?
That's amazing.
Y'all need to get the blends by Swin.
How can folks get that?
So they can find me on Facebook, Kendal Smith, Instagram, Swinadad_James. You know, Swinadad James. So I was in Trinidad.
Right around.
Watch.
Trinidad was my dude. That's why I changed my name. That shit. Hey, I'll go with everything. But yeah, no, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Swinadad_James.
Where can they order your drinks?
They can call my phone. They can ask me. You know
that sound like one of them late nights.
But you know, pick up the phone.
I remember that.
But no, they can definitely hit me on social media. I don't have a website yet. It's in the making. It takes some time for that, but definitely on social media, I'm on there religiously.
So everything's local though.
Everything's local for now, but I have shipped out some, you know what I'm saying, to different places. Texas,
to have you come
Carolina.
Make some drinks.
Come on, man. You know,
our farm to table alcohol over here still using organic Oregon apples and stuff.
That's not one.
Well, I said local. That's just across the street.
It is.
But yeah, look me up, man. You know, your favorite bartender's bartender.
I love it. Nick B, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me, of course, on all platforms related to Dirty Roses podcast. But individually, you can find me on Instagram at @NickB_Nick B, and that's Nick with a K. Leigh LaRie, where can we find you?
Y'all can find me everywhere in these streets. No, I'm just joking. On all social media platforms, LEIGHLARIE, Leigh LaRie. You can find me everywhere. And of course, Dirty Roses Podcast on every social media platform and dirtyrosespodcast.com. Y'all check us out. You can listen to the whole season 1 and everything that's coming up for season 2. We got some live broadcasts coming up as well. You know, the male reviews coming up. So, you know, it's going to be Swinadad might be up in there slinging something.
Some dirty jude.
We've heard that the male scrippers use fruits for their episodes, so you can now look like a little Swinadad scripper combo.
They're going to have to pay me.
Yeah. Get them girls right so they tip you out with some burnt dollars.
Yeah. Make sure you follow everybody. Leave us a voicemail on our website. Check us out. Leave us a review. And we will check y'all next time. Let's get dirty.
Hey.
Hey.